What is up, guys? Long time no see. Welcome back to Coltown. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the replays from my push to top 200 global today. When I got done pushing today, I was at like 185th. Of course, with time you fall a little bit, but it's nearing the end of the season and we're top 200 and also 7k, so that's pretty cool. I'm using the new Pekka Magic Archer deck that's really popular, and I'm going to be doing only replays today. And then next video, whether it be GCs or ladder, I'll be trying to do more live battles. But I'm about to go to bed after I get done recording, so today it's just gonna be replays. I'm gonna show that today. We'll show this to start with, and then we'll go through like the next 2 wins, and I may show a little bit of the Ruben game. We'll fast forward through, but here's Lava Clone. It's actually a lot more difficult with this version than it is with the original Pekka, because you don't have the zap for the instant kill on the skeleton army. And you have a little bit less pressure with this deck, but more, I mean, you kind of want minions for like things to lock on a tower. But anyway, this is the deck we're playing, so I'll talk about this matchup. All right, so I just cycled the battle ram in the back as I got to 10 there. I did decide to Pekka this just because it's gonna, like, that's 8 elixir of troops. Pekka 7 elixir is gonna take those out. I didn't know what his deck was yet. I thought maybe it was RG. I purposely go Dark Prince in front of the Pekka here because that gives it, if the Dark Prince is in front, and I predicted this snowball onto the skeleton army. Unfortunately, I don't catch all of them. I thought he would go directly on top, but he decided to go to the side there. I probably could have just waited instead of predicting right there, but the Dark Prince was decent. It ended up connecting tower because he let it connect first, but I went first. Oh, and right here, I look at his cycle. I knew that he didn't have ground troop in cycle, so I punished with bandit. He could have snowballed and then lumberjack, but then that would have been really good for me because then I could just battle ram after with like an E-Wiz or something, and that would have taken his tower. So probably a good give by him, but I knew I could punish the bandit. That's why I went at the bridge as soon as I could. And right here, he does have an elixir lead, so this is probably going to be rough no matter what. He goes for the clone, and I needed poison just to make sure nothing murders me. I maybe could have waited a little bit and poisoned when everything was on the king tower. But either way, yeah, tough situation to defend there. Yeah, and in this matchup, you really kind of have to 3 crown them because you don't really have amazing defense. Like you have bad air defense really, because Magic Archer's like, he's good against clone stuff, but he's not really good at DPSing down a lot of stuff. He went really aggressive here, so I spread out my E-Wiz and my Magic Archer. I see that he's trying to attack my E-Wiz, so I throw down the Dark Prince to block the lumberjack and also to block the flying machine. And E-Wiz is able to clean up. And in the meantime, I had some battle ram connecting to the king tower. So right here, I have a counter pushing unit, and I know I'm slightly ahead. So I'm gonna throw down that battle ram in the back, and I'm gonna attack here. Since I'm now able to like place on top of things. So I throw down the poison, instantly kill the, not instantly, but to get rid of the flying machine. And then I drop the E-Wiz instead of snowballing on the skeleton army. And as you can see, he has low ground defense, so this is the key to winning, is attacking when he doesn't have ground defense in cycle. And I'm able to, oh yeah, and this is the Magic Archer placement that instantly locks on the king tower, and I'm able to 3 crown. So the key to this matchup is attacking, going for 3 crown, and like punishing their little ground defense. You can't really all out defend. That will never work. So it's all about attacking like that. There's another exo. Actually, I think there's one replay. Here's, oh yeah, let's go over Lava Hound. Lava Hound's kind of hard, especially when they have guards. I'd say Goblin Cage is maybe a little bit harder than Tombstone, since Magic Archer is able to kind of get value off of Tombstone. But either way, this is a tricky matchup, and yeah, so I'm able to beat and my air defense, once again, is not very good. This is another Lava Hound deck. I'm getting pretty decent in this matchup. I really just need to learn Expo, because you can see every loss in my match history was the Expo. It's a hard matchup, but it's one that if you get really good at Pekka, well, I'm losing to top 200 Expo players, but if I can beat like Grand Challenge Expo players, but I need to learn how to beat the very best Expo players, or at least to draw them. You can definitely draw them if you learn the matchup really well. So right here, I decided to protect the Dark Prince because I knew he didn't have any ground defense in cycle, and he ends up saving it with a minor zap, but that's really not that bad for me because I'm getting that minor out of cycle. He can't use it on offense now if he's to set up a Lava Hound push, and it's just another ground distract that's out of cycle now for me. So you're kind of attacking and defending through attacking, especially when they like set up like a Lava Hound. You're gonna want to be attacking opposite lane. You don't have to 3-crown in this matchup. You can defend a little bit better because it doesn't have as much offensive power as like a lava clone. Unfortunately, that magic cards are not connecting on the tombstone. I would like it to at least get 1 hit on the tombstone, so maybe a little bit. Maybe I could have played it higher or timed it better, perhaps. Right here, I was at 10, so I had to throw something down. So I put down my battle ram. That's gonna get pulled, and I know that. I consider poisoning it, but you can see I decided not to. I think, and then yeah, so I knew he was gonna go Lava Hound here. I need to pressure a little bit on the defense, so I decided to throw down Dark Prince, and I know that guards are in cycle for him, so like obviously Dark Prince good against that. He ends up using it as minor, and especially so this is pausing real quick. This is the situation where like it's really good. Like this is okay. So I was even thinking this. While I was like, I knew that Battleram was going to die and he's going to have a counter push. Maybe he lavas in the back, maybe he lavas in the bridge. But I knew that the card I needed to be pressuring opposite of the counter pushing troops was Dark Prince. And the reason was I knew that he had guards in cycle, Tombstone out of cycle, and Minor in cycle. So if he guards, they're going to instantly die to the charging Dark Prince, which is good for me. And because he minors on defense, because I knew that was his best answer to Dark Prince, unless he took damage. Perhaps he could have took damage here. I don't know if he could, like, he didn't have Mega in cycle either. Or he is Inferno Drag. Inferno Drag's kind of rough. Anyway, he couldn't soak that damage. He decided not to. So now he doesn't have Minor for offense. And that's really good for me because it means it's a lot easier to defend. And that bandit was meant to pull the baby dog out of the lane, but the skeletons unfortunately aggroed it. So that was a bit of a misplay. But I do get a bandit dash off, so that's all right. I spaced this out here so they can't get a fireball off. Doesn't have it in cycle yet, but and then I throw down the snowball, didn't I? Most of the damage. He decides to fireball, but like like I said, offense through or defense through offense. Like I'm pressuring so that he can't fully commit. In single, you can kind of defend. You can like pressure a little bit and defend. And double, you kind of have to pressure a lot because you're not going to be able to defend so much anymore. So right here, his minor's out of cycle. He went Inferno Drag. I was hoping the Dark Prince would take the aggro of the Inferno Drag, but I was already slightly ahead in Elixir, so I decided to Pekka the bridge. The reason you can do this is because I have Dark Prince behind the Pekka. You have to have Dark Prince behind the Pekka, and I know that like Tombstone guards both weak to Dark Prince, so that's the only situation where you can kind of do this. And then I pre-poisoned because I knew he was going to throw down Tombstone. This way, the Dark Prince will immediately kill the guards to clear the way for the Pekka instead of hitting the Tombstone, which is bad. Would have been bad for me. So yeah, so I pre-poisoned immediately there. And unfortunately, the Dark Prince does work well, but unfortunately, the Inferno Dragon does kill because I thought the Dark Prince was going to take the aggro, so that didn't go exactly how I wanted it to. Ooh, and then right here, he decides to lava opposite, like I said, and W kind of have to go really aggressive, so I'm immediately going to be going in. Going to get that Dark Prince down. It's like our most potent attacker. And then I know Fireball's out of cycle, so I'm going to go and throw out my Bandit. He messes up a little bit on the pull there. I don't think it really would have mattered, but yeah, so like all offense here. And I'm able to take the tower, so. In single, you can attack and defend at the same time, and double, you can have to commit larger to a push. And I'm a bad person, so I poisoned my King Tower. Yeah, so there's that matchup. He probably could have set up a little bit better for that, but we'll take it. I don't think I want to show this one. So the key in this matchup, Hog Mortar, I lost the mirror match down there, but I usually win them. But we'll just go. We don't have too many games. So in Hog Mortar, you're going to be wanting to defend mostly in single, and then in double, you maybe set up a Pekka when they don't have a punishing hand, or if they set up an offensive mortar, you can set up a really low Pekka and use that. In single, you're going to be whatever. I'll just freaking show it. All right. So Bandit in the back is a safe starting play. You're gonna usually want to go Bandit in the back as your main starting play, and then if you have like a really heavy hand, potentially go Snowball, just cycle on their tower, or you could go Dark Prince in the back. But I would wait a little bit once hitting 10 before going Dark Prince in the back. It's a little bit riskier. Same with Battle Ram. Right here, I decided not to block with Battle Ram. I decided to wait and then get the timing correct. You can. Ooh, unfortunately, he goes bats with this right as I go E-Wiz, so I have to drop a Bandit. Otherwise, I would have E-Wiz. If he hadn't gone bats, I was going to E-Wiz and then Battle Ram in front of the E-Wiz. But that was all fairly okay. You can see I have a slight Elixir lead now. I'm going to consider playing Pekka. You can see I'm hovering it. I do go Pekka here. I knew his Hog was out of cycle. but he does cycle back to it with a Valk. And at this point, I know that this is going to get a lot of damage. I don't have a great defense for it. My Pekka may have been a little bit greedy, but and I maybe could have lined up that Dart Prince better. If I had lined it up better, maybe I didn't have to snowball. But I do know that I'm going to have a big counter push here too. I go for a Magic Archer. A little bit out of range. Pretty good must placement by him. I was thinking he would mortar. He decides not to. But Magic Archer really good at cleaning up these supports. I knew his Valk was out of cycle, obviously, since he used his own offense. And if he had decided to go for it there, he would have been really low. He decides to tank a shot. And overall, you can see it didn't turn out too bad for me. Just, you don't... I really didn't want to have to snowball with that Dart Prince, but he did commit super hard, so... Sometimes I go battle ram opposite. I decided in this situation I wanted to go same lane. It does connect onto it. I think that was fine. I think we're going to go for a... Yeah, I decided to save and go for that. And then I go for opposite lane Magic Archer to use a bit DPS it down. I think that was kind of a greedy Earthquake by him. I know now that he went super aggressive, so he's low on Elixir, and I have that Bandit able to take out the Mortar. So yeah, I attacked there because I didn't want the Bandit to be wasted. And then also... Oh, so I go ahead and Pekka low here. Because I'm kind of denying that lane and at the same time building a push. So I'm going to go Ewiz here to support the Pekka, and then I'm going to pressure opposite lane. Going to try to bait the Valk out. Oh, I think I go... Okay, I decided to go for a Magic Archer in the middle. Figured he'd mortar. Ooh, look at the snipe on the Musketeer. Got kind of lucky there, but because of that, I knew I could just poison out. I need like 2.5 poisons, basically, to end the game here. To deny damage, I'm going to go Dart Prince and then Ewiz. Didn't know if I was going to snowball there. He does get a hit because he Earthquake, but that's pretty expensive. So once again, I'm going to attack both lanes. And in this matchup, of course, you don't want their Valk to get too much value. That's why you attack both lanes. So this is going to die. I'm going to need to have this Pekka ready for his Hog. Throw it down. He goes anyway. Even if he hadn't gone Hog there, it would have been fine for me. But he didn't even wait for the Valk to cross. I don't think it would have mattered because she was so low. But yeah, that was pretty greedy by him. And so there's no need to panic. He doesn't have enough damage to finish it. I just need to make sure he doesn't get a Hog hit. And so I pressure. And then he's back to his Hog now. But now see how I'm hovering Ewiz. So if he did go Hog there, I could just stop it with Ewiz and then snowball. So yeah, pretty good game. Not the cleanest victory I have in that matchup, but decent. And you can kind of see how I played there. All right. We'll really quickly go through this Expo tie. This is not really how you play the matchup typically. Typically, you're going to want to like keep track of their cycle. When they have Ice Golem out of hand, you can kind of go with like a... Sometimes if your Ice Golem is in a hand, you're up in Elixir, you Dart Prince in the back and then attack at the bridge, and that can be really awkward for them. That's one of the situations where you get damage. Another one is if they cycle Skeletons in the back, you can attack it on the one side, or archers with, oh, like right here. See, look, this is a good example, actually. I did a good job here. I knew that his Ice Golem was out of hand, and I knew that his Ice Spirit, I think he had used Ice Spirit. Either way, Ice Spirit was out of hand, and that means that if I can dash my Bandit onto the Skeletons, there's no way besides a Tesla or that he can stop the dash, and then that's really good damage, and that's really good for me because if he Teslas it, then I can battle ram aggressively because he probably won't have a healthy Tesla, and it'll be like in an awkward place probably. So yeah, banditing when you know their cycle is awkward for them to defend a bandit is key to this matchup. Unfortunately, when he expos here, I didn't have Pekka in cycle. I would have been perfectly fine if I had Pekka in cycle, but I didn't, and that was a really aggressive expo by him. So this is a kind of weird situation where if they do that and they have like no elixir, as you can see, you need to like rush the other lane because I didn't have like you need Pekka to attack expos, and then he set up a pre-Tesla, which means, oh, another thing is when they do set up expos, typically if you have counter pushing troops or a troop attacking already when they play their expo, you're going to want to peck at the bridge to attack the expo. Sometimes if they have a Tesla set up already, you're going to want to peck a low to tank and then go for like a magic archer on it. But yeah, typically you can't just defend an expo. You're going to need to, and then he was so low that he couldn't defend that. But when they set up the Tesla, you're going to want to at least have a battle ram going in the opposite lane because then it pressures them and they can't attack and defend. If they fully set up and you just go straight into it, or if you poison it, you're going to overcommit and get outcycled. So that's careful. And so yeah, I was kind of recognizing some good things to do in that matchup. So I played this fairly well. And then tower trade, obviously, if you can ever get the choice of tower trade, you're going to want to, because obviously Expo is not good in that situation. I'm just going to fast forward through this, but you'll see I lost by like 50 HP. It was very unfortunate. Kind of just pecking in the back because I can obviously drop stuff on top to distract. Tried to see, like I said, distracting there when he places the Tesla next to his Expo. Kind of just building pushes and attacking both lanes there. Getting value poisons when I can. This is obviously a really weird situation that you don't normally see in this matchup. I don't know if that snowball was the best, but everything else is alright. There's Tesla not pulling, so I decided to attack. Going for a poison that was fairly value. I decided to play second Pekka, but I got pulled by the Ice Golem, so that was fairly unfortunate. Ooh, so close. I needed this Magic Archer to hit the Ice Golem instead of the Archer, and I would have won. So unfortunate. Look how low. Oh, 97. Yeah, if the Magic Archer had shot the Ice Golem instead of the Archer, I would have won right there. Alright, tied that matchup. That's boring. I don't want to show it. And we'll just show these two. These are weird matchups. Well, this deck is actually fairly popular right now, but the RG deck is weird. I'll quickly go through these last two so we don't have too long of a video. Hope you guys are enjoying. Alright, so we decided to just cycle the Magic Archer, which is never a bad play. It's really slow, so it's good for, it's a good passive play. So I decided to throw a Bandit over there. Would have been a value Fireball, but I wasn't sure what he was playing yet, and I wanted to get Dark Prince value out of that. Right here, this Battle Ram wouldn't have gotten hit, but he decides to log. Good log by him. But yeah, I was using the Battle Ram there to pull, obviously. I decided to snowball right away there, so the Dark Prince has to be defended. That was pretty good for me. And decided to drop an E-Wiz down on here. I know that he doesn't have Elixir to do much else. I mean, he could have got me game, but that would have been pretty aggressive by him. I could have banded it as well and maybe had a counter push off of it, but he's going to probably use this on the E-Wiz. I heavily considered just pecking in the back right here and eating this damage, but instead I'm just going to drop a bandit so I don't take any damage there. Didn't want to take too much. I think we're going to Dark Prince in the back here. And I guess since I timed it like that, I was actually able to not take a second shot from the mini Pekka since I timed it like right before it got to the tower. A little bit risky, but it worked out. He decides to over defend that Dark Prince sort of, and I decided to Pekka. Really good Pekka by me. Especially, I had a feeling he was going to like Bats log it or like Bats Ice Golem or something. Or I guess I don't know if he had Ice Golem right there. In the game I would have known. Or at least had a fairly good idea. So anyway, I decided to Pekka in the back. That was a good Pekka. Magic Archer in this situation actually pretty decent since I'm attacking at destroying those Royal Hogs. Trying to pressure him here, make him use an Ice Golem. And a mini Pekka. I'm going to reset now. Get a couple Magic Archer shots off. That was pretty good. Oh yeah, I decided to pressure. Or I decided to protect. That was fairly good. Make him Fireball, and then he actually misses. Those Fireballs are harder to hit than you would think with how the troops are spaced. Anyway, the bandit got a dash regardless, so yeah, it's a good Pekka by me. I know that I can cycle to a Dark Prince here, so I wasn't scared of him attacking opposite lane. So I'm going to throw out the Snowball and the Dark Prince. Dark Prince, a little bit weird there because the Snowball separated him, but he still does a really good job of countering the Royal Hogs. Of course, you're always going to want to save your Dark Prince to counter Royal Hogs. I took a lot on the left side that first time, and the right side because I didn't have the Dark Prince, so you just have to be careful with that. Right there, obviously, try to get my bandit in front of my Dark Prince. Able to take care of the Goblin Game with a Snowball there. I was honestly trying to predict the mini Pekka with that E-Wiz, but he held on to it and killed my E-Wiz with it right away. So pretty well played by him. Right here, I don't have the Snowball in hand, so that's a little bit rough. I should have waited a little bit longer to drop that Battle Ram. The E-Wiz is good though. I'm going to toss out this Snowball, trying to get my get some damage there. And the Bandit dash juking the Fireball. It's really good at that. Right here, trying to get some Magic Archer chip, and I am able to get it, and that is enough to finish out. Battle Ram came out a little bit early by me. I probably should have waited a little bit to play it. I gave him a little bit too much time to get like a fireball off, but he decides not to take it. But ultimately, yeah, you just have to defend for what you can in that matchup and counter push hard. I could have played that a little bit better. Alright, this game I've played really well once I realized what his deck was. I have seen people play this before. There's like a couple players that play it. It's a really weird deck. But yeah, I have played against it before. So we're going to Dart Prince in the back. Now I realize what his deck is. Dart Prince got some value anyway. But yeah, we tried to use that Magic Archer, the Bandit to dash onto the tower off of the Archer. And so like right here, I realized what his deck is. Battle Ram's fine, obviously. You don't want to play Battle Ram if they have barbs in cycle, unless it's on like a big beatdown push where you're heading elixir. So yeah. Usually you want to use it when barbs are out of cycle. Or attacking into barbs, you want to go Pekka, Dart Prince, bait out their barbs in the Battle Ram opposite lane. Usually you're not going to Battle Ram until the barbs are out of cycle. So that's kind of like the game plan going into this. Decide to throw out the Dart Prince, it'll kill those archers in one swoop, even if they hadn't taken damage. I considered pecking right here. I knew I was up since he put that mortar. And I didn't want to have to like attack into it because it was kind of a weird mortar, but I was kind of scared that I knew he had RG, so I knew he had another win condition, so I was scared that he would like rush with RG and I would take too much damage, so I decided not to use my Pekka there and then just kind of like play my units that I can cycle. And I think right here I do just, okay, so I knew he was going to have to counter that Magic Archer, and I knew I was already up in elixir. As you can see, I was up like almost 4. So I do decide to pull the trigger on the Pekka there. I also knew it was getting close to double elixir, so if he did attack, the counter push on both sides, it should be heavy enough. So anyway, it worked out. I'm just gonna wait here. I was waiting to see if he gave me a poison on like archers. He decides to give it to me on barbs, and like I said, that Pekka Dart Prince push, as you can see, actually destroys the barbs. The Dart Prince is very good against barbs, and so I pressure the right side, and then I realized that he's selling out pretty hard to stop the right side, so I decided to support the left side again, and I'm able to get a lot there. I realized right here after rocketing and defending that hard with Snowball as well that he was super low, so once again I'm just going to Pekka in the back and set up another Dart Prince. I don't remember, do I let this connect? Yes, I do. I think that was the right play, honestly. Okay, yeah, I decided to throw down an E-Wiz, but that was I don't like those barbs from him. Like, he didn't have much damage. And then I'm able to just throw down a Magic Archer and a Snowball. I heavily considered Dart Princing those, but like as you can see, these Dart Prince actually did work versus the archers. And like I said, in this matchup, the Dart Prince behind the Pekka is like your heavy offense. I knew right here he was going to barb the left side, and I knew even if he defended, I was going to take the right side. So calling out the GG. Because I knew that like there was no way he was stopping that. I had too heavy of a counter push. I wasn't afraid to let him attack that side because it's full HP. He needed more chip if he was gonna like finish out. Obviously, he tried to like rock it or something. So yeah, that's my top 200 push. That's quite a few of the games I played. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be trying to upload more frequently. I'm also streaming on Twitch in the mornings, Pacific time. Yeah, link's always in the description, I believe. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. I'm going to do probably some GCs live in the next video. So let me know what decks you guys would like to see. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.